This is Book Reports. I'm Morgan, and this is the Haunted Library.
This is another episode of Book Reports. I'm Morgan's daddy, and that is Morgan. How you doing today, Mo?
Good?
Good. All right, we got another book report that you seem very excited about.
This is my favorite book.
Okay, what is the book first? Tell me, what is the book, who wrote it?
The Haunted Library, and it's by an Edgar Award winner, Dori Hillestad Butler.
Okay. And it's called The Haunted Library. Hold it up to that camera right there. And what makes this your favorite book?
I don't really know, but I kind of just got into mystery books. So, I just read the book, and I sort of really liked it because it was a mystery book, so I didn't know what happened until the very end.
Okay, so first off, where did you get this book from? How'd you find this book?
I got it at the Well-Read Moose. They were doing a free book event.
Okay, Well-Read Moose in Coeur in the Riverstone area. That's probably the one, right?
Yeah.
So shout out to the Well-Read Moose in Coeur d'Alene.
Thank you.
You picked up that book. Did they have a bunch of books laid out, or how did you decide to pick that one?
So it was kind of a weird story.
Mhm.
It was a Halloween thing, so I got to wear a Halloween costume, and I went as Daphne.
Right.
And there was 3 shelves. I picked a maze book because I wanted an activity book. And you said I could only pick one book.
Mm-hmm.
So I picked that one because I wanted an activity book. Then we went to Starbucks, I remember. And then when we were going back in the car, I saw a book. I saw this book called The Haunted Library. I was like, ooh, I want that one. Because I kind of like things that are haunted and mystery books.
Mystery books, yeah.
More than really hard maze books.
Okay.
Because it was kind of hard.
Gotcha. So you picked up this book during Halloween time.
Yeah.
Makes sense that it's a haunted story. So tell me a little bit about this book. Who's the main character? What's going on with them? What's their deal?
Well, I think it's Cats.
Okay.
Because he's the one who changes the most.
All right. Not necessarily the hero, because we talk about, if you're familiar with the hero's journey, kids watching this, ask your parents to talk to you about the hero's journey story from Joseph Campbell. So there's the hero's arc, and we talk about what the hero versus the guide is. So we're not necessarily talking about the hero, but just the main character. You think it's
pretty much
Cass. Okay. And what is Cass's story? Where do we meet them at? What's going on in their life?
Well, Cass is dead.
Oh.
He's not necessarily dead, but the intro is just his story, that he's a ghost.
He's a ghost. Okay. Gotcha. So does he change the most by coming back to life?
Well, he doesn't really come back to life. So his story is he just is his haunt.
His haunt, where he spooks people at.
So a haunt it's in the book that they have a ghostly glossary where there's all the ghost words. And one of the first ones is a haunt.
Mm-hmm.
A haunt is a place where ghosts live.
Okay.
So
and where's his haunt?
His haunt is an abandoned school.
Okay. How does he get to the library then, if the name of the book is The Haunted Library?
Well,
can you give that away?
Yeah, so
okay.
It's really simple too.
Okay.
And his family are trying to teach him how to walk through walls. because when he does, he feels skizzy. That means he feels like he's gonna spew, which means throw up.
Yeah.
So he doesn't like walking through walls.
Okay.
Kind of like my migraines.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Uh-huh.
he then they see like a big gust of wind come through,
Mm-hmm.
and then they blow away.
The ghosts blow away?
So like their family blew away.
The family, which are ghosts.
Yeah.
The wind can just blow them away?
Yeah, even the
Okay.
smallest gust of wind can just
Oh,
blow them
no.
away.
Well, I would not go outside if I was a ghost then.
They didn't go outside.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a wrecking ball because it was in banded school, so they thought might as well take it down.
Oh, I see.
And they were all holding hands, but except Kaz.
Mm-hmm.
And then they all blew away, but everyone blew away in different directions.
Mm-hmm.
So their family was split apart, and then he blows over fields and mountains, rivers,
Oh, no.
lakes.
So
And
not just the street over or the next building, he's just
Yeah,
like, all right.
because just the smallest gust of wind can blow him away.
Well, it sounds dangerous to be a ghost.
I know, right? So eventually the wind stops, and he goes in the nearest building.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a library.
Oh.
And then he meets Claire,
Claire, I saw that name on the back of the book.
the side.
Okay. She's the sidekick.
Yeah. Kaz and Claire are on the case.
All right. So it's not just a spooky book. You said it's a mystery book, and Kaz and Claire are on the case. So what's the case that they're trying to solve?
I don't really want to give it away, but it's...
Don't say you can say what the mystery is,
They
but
say, like, everyone in the library who goes there feels gusts of wind and everything, so they think the library is haunted.
mm-hmm. Well, Kaz is in it now, so yeah, it is haunted.
But they say that it's kind of been haunted for years now.
Oh, okay.
And the loan or something who gave the person who owns the library,
Mm-hmm.
they say that it used to be their home, used to be an apartment,
Okay.
but it closed down because everyone kept saying they saw ghosts.
Oh, okay.
So they closed it down, and then they opened a library, but everyone says it's haunted.
So that's the mystery. Is it to find out if it's really haunted or not?
Well, Kaz kind of found Claire, and then he was running away because ghosts don't like solids.
Is a human a solid?
Yeah.
Okay. Good
So,
guess, huh?
Yeah. So they kind of just were running, and Kaz ran into a wall,
Uh-huh.
so he didn't know what to do.
He spewed?
No, he didn't spew, but
Oh.
he just couldn't back away
Hmm.
because he didn't like passing through walls.
All right. So without giving it away, if you can't, I'm assuming that the library is actually haunted because ghosts do exist in this book. So I'm assuming there's another ghost or ghosts. Am I right?
Well, I don't want to give it away.
Yeah.
They say so.
Well, on the cover, there's another ghost.
So that's Claire.
Yeah.
That's Claire. Kaz. Claire's cat.
Okay. Cat.
And then,
Who's that guy? What's that guy?
his name is Beckett.
Beckett. And he's the one haunting it?
Read the book.
Read the book. I like it. All right. What's your favorite part of the book?
I like when they figure out who did it, and like Cass and Claire are just Like, I like when Kaz and Claire meet and they're like telling each other their stories.
Mm.
Because there's a thing called glowing, which means, but Kaz doesn't know how to glow, which means when solids, humans, can see ghosts let
Right.
them so they can kind of haunt things on purpose.
Right.
But Kaz doesn't know how to glow and Claire can see him.
Mm.
So Kaz kind of tells Claire where he's from. Claire tells Kaz how she can see ghosts.
So what's Claire? Is she trying to solve the mystery too before Kaz even shows up, or what's her story? Why is she involved?
She really likes mysteries because her parents are detectives.
Oh, okay.
So, but her parents don't like her solving mysteries.
Okay. They want her to stay out of it. All right. So would you recommend this book?
On a scale of 1 to 10,
Yeah, because we still haven't figured out how we're going to rate books yet.
I think we should just do 1 to 10.
1 to 10, simple enough. All right, so 1 to 10. But before you go give that, is it just a solid number, or you can give like a 0.5 to it?
Okay.
Can you do that? I'm just asking, like, what do you want to do? Like, if something is not quite a 10, but it's pretty good, could you give it a 9.5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10.
Yes.
10, let's say, being good. 1 being not really worth reading.
Okay, I like this.
100.
No, you can't do that.
10.
All right, so you obviously totally recommend this book.
I really like the.
Is this book a series of books, or is this the only one?
This is a series of books. I have the whole series.
You do?
Thing is, they haven't written number 3 because I only have book 1 and book 2.
Okay.
So it just says on the back, also available,
Mm.
The Haunted Library, The Ghost in the Attic, which I want to podcast that one too.
Okay, so there's 3 books in the series, but there's only 2 of them out so far?
Well, I don't know if there's going to be 3. But the sad part is the ending of book 2 is kind of weird. So there might not even be a book 3.
All right, so you'll have to stick around for the next book reports I don't know if it'll be the next one, but a future book reports.
I want to do it the next one.
All right, we'll see about doing it on the next one. All right, do you remember how we close out our episodes? What we say? Well, I asked you what's your favorite part. That could have been that. All right, so what's your favorite chapter?
My favorite chapter is different than my favorite part.
Oh, well, okay. Why is that?
Because it has more pictures of what happens. And it's explaining.
Okay, so what's your favorite chapter of the book?
Chapter 10, Partners.
What do you like about it? Can I look at it while you're telling me about it? What do you like about chapter 10?
I liked chapter 10 because they just found out. So, because in chapter 9, they just found out who did it and who was the ghost and what happened, what happened. And then chapter 10, they just explain it. They explain what happens, and then Kaz and Claire are like, partners? Or no? They're so they explain, and then Kaz and Claire just found out, so they're really wanting to know, why did you do it? A cool part of the book too is the librarian, the person who owns the whole building, is Claire's grandma.
Okay.
So that's kind of cool.
All right. So that last chapter is called Partners. All right. So you give it a 10 out of 1 or 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
1 to 10. You give it a 10. Do you remember how we close out the episodes where they can watch or listen?
They can watch. You can watch or listen on Google, Spotify, YouTube, and I think there's one more.
Apple.
Apple.
Yeah. Google's going away, I think. So just make sure you're on one of the other they'll find it on the other podcast platforms.
Okay.
But you can always watch on YouTube, even if you're listening, because then you can see what the book looks like.
Like if you're in the car, you can still listen on like Spotify, but you can't like watch it in the car because
that's dangerous.
That's dangerous.
Unless you're sitting in the back seat. Your kid's sitting in the back seat. Parents, you want them to watch something. Find this on YouTube.
I don't know how to drive.
Yeah, you're sitting in the back seat watching the show, though. You'd be sitting in the back seat reading a book.
But I have migraine.
You get migraines if you do that, right? All right. Anything else to add, or?
This has been the best book I ever read.
It seems like it. Well, all right. Before we go on to another episode or the next book in this,
and on Gum Girl, I said that was my favorite book.
Yeah.
Although I hadn't read this yet.
Well, that's the great thing about books. Every book
change it.
Can become your new favorite book.
So this is my new favorite book.
Even more so than Ghost in the Attic, the next one?
Well, that's a tie because it's the same series.
Okay, so you're going off of the series of books. All right,
it's a tie. It's the same series, but still, it's really good.
What about
really, really good?
All right, when we do the Ghost in the Attic, I'm going to ask you though, so they can tune in for this episode. What is your favorite of those two books so far? You don't answer that yet.
I have to think about that for like weeks.
You think about that, and when we do that episode, we'll give you the answer. What is the better book, The Haunted Library or The Ghost in the Attic? All right, this has been Book Reports. I'm Morgan's daddy. That's Morgan.
That's book 1.
Here, show it in that one. All right, make sure that you find us on Spotify, YouTube, Apple.
Google's going out.
And you're subscribed on YouTube. Thanks for joining us.